Gotta be true to yourself. In a world there's nothing else. Gotta play the game right, gotta make your path. You scratch, you dig, you lay in your ground. You bustin' your rounds, nobody gon' stop you. No ops, no cops, everything about you. Looking good, you good, she good. Y'all people really wanna know the reason. It's that ripple effect. That's just that ripple. That's just that ripple effect. What you do, come back triple.
Hey, what's going on? It's your girl Kid. I'm back in the Ripple Effect. You already know what it is, and you already know the vibes. Yeah, we still here. We chilling. We at the stadium, FedEx, right?
Yeah.
The Commanders. Everybody went home pretty early. Usually they kind of stayed, chill, in the lounge, whatever. The DJs got the music all hype, but after that game, if y'all saw it, y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, they came out third quarter, right? Came out. What was it? Field goal. They came out and scored a touchdown. Doing all these great things. And the defense has been pretty solid, consistent. But Kirk Cousins, they making him look like Tom Brady out there. Well, not this season, Tom Brady, but you know what I'm talking about. And that was it. And they had a little help from the refs, right? When you say the refs a little,
money
stuff. Yeah.
They got some money.
The penalties. It was just a little bit much. And at the end of the day, that was that, and that's just the way the game ended. And we ran out of time, right?
Yeah.
They only had like 12 seconds left. It was a short pass. They were like at least 70 yards away from from even getting to the red zone, let alone, trying to get a touchdown.
Using that clock.
Right. They were being smart. They used that clock all the way down, because even if they got the field goal, it's okay. They can win the game with just a field goal. That's why you see the score at 20-17, right? But anyway, enough for all that. That happens. That's just one game. But I will tell you this, like I said before, the Vikings, they can be happy about this win. But at the end of the day, they're trying to go to make a playoff push. They're trying to get to the Super Bowl. The Commanders ain't trying to do that this year. Every team says that in the beginning of the season, like, yeah, we're going to win the Super Bowl. That's what they, go through training camp for. And, they put all their pieces together and, they go through the ups and downs of the season. But that's what they ultimately, where they want to reach. But let's be real. The franchise is going through a lot right now. It's obviously up for sale. Bank of America is actually handling the transaction of that sale. So you got guys like Kevin Durant. He's from Washington, D.C., so that kind of makes sense why he would want ownership, of the Commanders, obviously part ownership. You got guys like Jay-Z getting involved, Bezos. It's going to be a whole collaborative effort, and that's great, and we're kind of glad we're a part of it. I know it's not the Giants, but you know what? We in there, baby. You got to get in where you fit in, so, and that's that. And, so it's been a great experience just being here alone, but to talk about those other games, we could talk about my other picks, which were actually doing pretty well. And I picked the Bengals, and the Bengals had themselves a game. Joe Mixon, I think he had 4 touchdowns. Joe Burrow went off. He had about 5, Man, Mixon had a game, over 140 yards, something like that. Mixon had himself we knew Joe Mixon at one point was going to go off. That's kind of like the beauty of that offense, that whole dynamic that they have between, Jamar Chase, between, Boyd, between, Mixon, all these guys, they can go off at any moment. And I guess they picked the right time in the season to kind of start showing who they are and showing guys that, it's not a fluke that they made it to the Super Bowl last year. Because right now, in the beginning of the season, it's kind of looking like, is this the same team that went to the Super Bowl that, almost won it, damn near won the whole thing? That's that. Jets, big win for the Jets. I got to shout out, to all the Jets fans. I know a ton of Jets fans. You guys earned that one. But I told you guys, didn't I tell you to calm down? Calm down. Y'all ready to give the quarterback away. He's young. What's wrong with y'all? Yeah, he's going to be feeling himself, He threw a couple passes. The team was winning. You guys got Gardner, Sauce, man. Oh, my God. That corner is amazing, man. You guys did well in the draft. I told you guys would have a good season. You're going to go through your ups and downs, but, fans are emotional. They're fanatics, right? And they, just got to ride the wave. Eventually it's going to pay off, that's what it is. You're seeing it pay off. You guys just beat the Bills. I'm sorry, I didn't even pick the Jets to win the Bills. Come on. Right. Why? Because I don't smoke. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's reasonable, But, anyway, like I said, shout out to the Jets. Jets up. You guys are doing your thing. Outstanding season. The Bears, Justin Fields, I'm glad he had a good game, but they didn't win, that happens. That happens. Justin Fields, I feel like he's kind of put in one of those, like, not a winnable situation, because let's face it, like I told you before, he doesn't necessarily have the pieces around him in order to be successful as he should be, to live up to his full potential. And that's kind of just unfortunate, because you're going to see that. You're going to see him throw over 100 yards. You're going to see him get a touchdown or two. Kind of just keep it consistent, because you can kind of see that they're all about the run. They're all about, managing the game, not letting, Justin Fields do too much. But Justin Fields can do a lot, man. He can do a lot, not just with his legs. He can throw. It's just about experience. Like, a lot of people are so ready to throw away these young quarterbacks, and he is so super talented. I'm like, you guys got to give him a chance, man. I don't understand this. It's like they throw a couple of interceptions, the team is not winning, and then they're ready to throw the quarterback away. I'm like, guess what? It's a 53-man roster. There's a lot of parts. Like, it's so intricate. It's not just one guy. Like, just like when we talk about Tom Brady and what's going on with him, and it's like, you guys can talk about his marital status all you want. His team still sucks. It's his team. It's not just him. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I feel like it's important to understand that just because Tom is a celebrity, and that's the only reason why we happen to know his personal business. But we don't know what's going on in those other guys' lives. But at the end of the day, you don't know about it. They're not celebrities, but they still come on that field and they still give their best effort, at the end of the day. But you don't know what's going on in their life. You don't know if they're having, child custody battles. You don't know if they're in a divorce. You don't know. Maybe someone in their family passed away, but they're still stepping on that field. Because at the end of the day, if somebody passed away, then that's more work that they have to put in. They don't have that luxury of taking a day off. Like, a lot of these guys were put in this position to even play professional football was because of the living situation or the socioeconomics that they were brought up in. So it's like, guys, relax. Relax. Tom is going to be okay regardless. He was okay before he got to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to act like I know his entire story, but he was okay. He wasn't like some of these other guys that we know. He's definitely okay now. Trust me. He will figure it out, but that has nothing to do with football. At the end of the day, they need to figure it out on the field. And maybe, you know what it is? We didn't give Bruce Arians enough credit. Let's say that. Todd Bowles is now the coach. Everybody seems to think just because you got the same players and you have a different coach, he's supposed to come in and kind of just pick up where they left off. You know what? That may work in some sports, like in basketball sometimes, when Steve Kerr, took over, like sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. And in football, it's just a different beast, so you don't know. Maybe certain guys are just not clicking to him. And like I said, and that's unfortunate, and I really wouldn't wish that on Todd Bowles, because we don't have enough black black coaches as it is. So I'm kind of hoping that they still give him a chance and give him an opportunity to still do things, because it's not just on the coach. It's definitely on that defense. It's definitely on, guys just not showing up for certain plays. Like even Mike Evans, when he dropped that touchdown pass a couple weeks ago, like that was huge. Like you may think like that was nothing, but if he catches that touchdown pass, like their record is looking really different. They would have won that game. You know what I mean? We'll be having a totally different conversation. And you know what? Tom's marriage wouldn't be at the forefront of that conversation either, right? Because as soon as you're winning just cures all, and the conversation just kind of just goes away. So it's like, pump the brakes. If you expect your team to win the Super Bowl every year, then stop drinking. Stop. Just put the glass down. Just have a mock cocktail. By cocktail with the 7. He doesn't just make alcohol drinks. He makes, he makes mocktails too. So it's just unfortunate. But a couple of my picks are coming up now. I'm sure that they're playing right now. What do we have right here? Yeah, the Rams are playing. Oh, I forgot. See, the Rams are playing the Bucks. Speak of the devil, right?
Yeah, 2 points.
Okay. See, they got some points on the board already. And the Rams, that's another team that has been looking like a shell of themselves. But you know what? It's just so weird. Nobody seems to be talking about anybody else's marital status or whatever's going on with the Rams, right? They're just saying, oh, the Rams are just bad, right? But just because it's Tom Brady, and we're used to always hearing about his life. We're used to hearing about, the supermodel wife and the castle. We're used to hearing about all these things. So we're used to just everything just being all good, right? So that's just not the way life works. Even Tom Brady has to deal with life. Like, it's no different. Still human. But I'm glad he's finally getting some closure and all that front. But at the end of the day, the Bucs will find a way. Champions always find a way. Tom Brady will find a way. So just pump the brakes on that. Because that stuff is a little old after a while when you keep bringing up, something. Because imagine if you were going through something what he's going through, and you got to keep hearing it every 5 seconds. Like, that's kind of annoying. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like, just stop. He has kids. I'm sure they don't want to keep hearing it. I'm sure that's something that they have to live with regardless. So stop talking about it. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's not like the Bucs are this, like, great team and they're just, come on. Like, they'll figure it out. Seattle's doing well. Seattle's up on the Falcons right now, 10-7. I'm actually watching it here in live time. Oh, and that was a good game too. Sorry, I almost forgot to mention the Chargers. Congrats to all the Chargers. The Falcons took another L. The Falcons, I don't know. I don't even know what to tell y'all about the Falcons. That's kind of been the theme going on with them for a couple of years now, I mean, if you really want to say it, like, I feel like ever since that Super Bowl with Tom Brady coming back on you, I don't know. I feel like you guys were never the same, and who would be after that? Because I lost some money that night, so, Yeah, I still can't believe that. They're running back the that Vikings. Like, I can't, Commanders game. I don't even know what to even say about that. But you know what it is. I appreciate you guys listening. They're going to start kicking this out now. I only ask you guys to remember one thing. Losses equals life lessons. Peace.
Gotta be true to yourself. In a world there's nothing else. Gotta play the game right, gotta make your path. You scratch, you dig, you lay on your ground. You bustin' your rounds, nobody gon' stop you. No ops, no cops, everything about you. Looking good, you good, she good. Y'all people really wanna know the reason? It's that ripple effect. That's just that ripple. That's just that ripple effect. What you do, come back triple.